What's up, everybody? I'm JC.
I'm Brittany.
And you're listening to
Just Breathing Home Edition.
Yes. It's been a little while since we've done a home edition. I already went over this in Just Breathing with Lauded Lungs, so I figured you all listen to every single one of our podcasts, so I'm not going to go over it again. But I've been a little out of it. I'm getting better, working out again. Life is good. Life is good. So we're back at another home edition. If you don't know what home edition is about family. It's about home life. It's about marriage, parenting, anything that could go on within a home. And that's what we want to talk about tonight. So how you been? First off, because we haven't done this in a while.
I've been good. I'm loving summer, and I've had my work has been super not busy, so they haven't needed me, so I haven't been working. Yeah. So bank might not like that as much, but I'm taking every advantage, and so
financially not so good. but you are per diem now.
Yeah.
So that's why you're just on some weeks, off some weeks.
When they need me, they need me. But it's
been a contractor.
Kind of. Yeah. But it's been nice because I've been able to catch up with a lot of things that you can do when you have an extra day.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Because also the day that Britt works, we also have my parents babysitting the kids.
Yes.
That's like the one day that they babysit a week. So it is kid-free, get stuff done day.
Glorious.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy what you like. All of a sudden you come down and to the downstairs, because I'm teleworking right now, and I'll come downstairs and I'm like, wow. This is what the house could look like?
This is what it could look like.
Yeah.
Or you see me dusting, which is a chore
You forget.
Yeah.
You know, where are the army men?
Yeah.
Where are the Lego pieces?
Why am I not doing a dance over the toys? Yeah.
Why am I not slipping on a lightsaber today? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's good. It's good to have those days sometimes.
Yes. Yeah, I've been good too. I've been it's weird. I haven't gotten to this stage where I feel any energy. Mm-hmm. You know, we've talked about me changing up my diet and really trying to cut out certain things, include certain things. That reminds me, I got to take my probiotic.
Yes.
I was good and I did it yesterday. It's weird having medicine in a fridge.
Yeah.
I know it's good for the probiotics to be refrigerated, but it's really difficult to remember.
Right.
Even though I am in the fridge a lot.
You know, you should put it next to your creamer.
But I use that
not all the time.
Twice in the morning for my tea.
Yeah.
So
you just have to get in a routine of some sort. But
it's been interesting. I've been I feel like the past couple of weeks have been, and I feel like this always happens with struggle. But if you're able to make it through the struggle, on the other side of that struggle, a lot of people can come out improved.
Oh, yeah.
And and I'm not just saying this some guru or some Instagram life coach or something. I'm really saying that's how it happened, and it happened organically, and it happened out of desperation.
Yeah.
You know, I felt terrible after my last autoimmune flare up, and I was just something's got to change.
Yeah.
And we all felt that together, because you saw me just kind of slugging around, not being able to do anything.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, let's do something about it.
Right.
And I think a lot of people get to those points in their lives, but they never want to get to the struggle.
Yes, that's hard.
A struggle.
Yeah.
And it was not fun, but I'm actually really happy with some of the changes that we made, because I think a lot of us want to make certain changes in our lives, but it takes moments like that for us to actually do it.
Yeah, I guess it's time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, isn't that everybody?
Yeah.
January 1st rolls around.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
And then we're like, I guess it's time for me to go back to the gym.
Right.
I mean, we all kind of need these set dates, or we need accountability people in our lives, or we need struggle sometimes. I think that's another pathway to accomplishing something. And I like what we've done so far. I mean, I've really tried to stop having processed foods. And by processed foods, and I heard this today, and I didn't really think of it in this way, but it makes sense. It's not talking about food going through a processing center or being produced.
Right.
All food is processed.
Right.
Unless it's coming straight from the farm and you did it.
Yeah.
All of that. Like, it just means no preservatives. Trying to watch how much added sugar is going into those foods. Like, sugar doesn't
naturally
pop onto a potato chip.
Yeah.
It gets added onto a potato chip for your dopamine.
Yeah.
So cut out a lot of processed, preservative-filled foods, sugar-filled foods, switched over from coffee to tea, which was not as hard a transition as I thought it was going to be. Because I really like coffee.
For you.
For you.
For you.
What do you mean for me?
I don't see how that, like, I don't think I could, I don't think I could do that.
I was like,
for you, it was like, I just don't know how you can say that. I would be like,
again, though,
I don't know how you.
I was feeling awful, and I read an article how coffee may be hard and maybe harsh on your gut.
Okay.
Just because of the diuretic aspect of coffee.
Yeah.
The acidic qualities of coffee. Like, not saying that coffee. I'm like going back to New York. Not saying that coffee is bad for you.
Right.
But it might have some elements that for some people are not good.
That's an interesting thing that I heard. So I was actually talking to my mom about, like, because she's healthy, and so we're talking about health foods and stuff. But it was interesting because she was saying things like that. She was like, she's found that certain foods that they say are really good for you, like, just don't sit well with her. And she's like, so they're just not good for me. Like, not that they're not good for other people, they just don't sit well with me for whatever reason. My body doesn't, like, process them well. Yeah. So I stay away from them. And I was like I never actually thought of it that way. I was like, yeah, like, some foods are good for you. Like, they might be a healthy food in general, but they fit well with some people and not with others. And we just have to figure that out.
We like to do these, like, blanket charts.
Yeah.
Like the food pyramid, which is complete crap.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's more of a lie than anything. Like, that was manipulated by a lot of, big food companies that paid off the government to produce this food pyramid that actually wasn't healthy for you, but sold the products that needed to be sold. Yeah.
We could go down
There's plenty of documentaries on that. I don't need to go down that path. But yeah, we don't take into account when we just sort of blanket health things out there. Like, what was it? Remember soy?
Oh, yeah.
Soy was like the thing.
Yeah.
Like, when I was a kid, maybe getting into my teenage years, soy was like the healthiest thing you could do. It was soy milk. It was soybeans. It was soy. What other? There's just so many soy products that were coming out. Now we come to find out that soy could have a tremendous effect on men because of the high estrogen levels within soy.
Right.
So it could be completely altering men's biome in a negative state and maybe adding to the effects of low testosterone that already exists in America and throughout the world.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh.
It is very hard because soy is good. It's not bad for you, but I think in those, from what I've read, but, like, listen.
It's not good for you.
So, like, I think it's the overload. And I wonder if they were like doing now I don't know this, but I'm wondering if they were genetically modifying that as well to make lots of it so that they could sell lots of it.
Could
because I can't remember what it was, but I thought soy was a resistive starch as well.
No, it definitely,
which is good for your gut, but maybe not in, like, large portions all the time to drink as milk and to drink as and to put in everything. I mean,
at one time that was the only alternative for people that couldn't drink milk.
Right.
not even like lactose intolerant people, but people who were just completely allergic to dairy, like that was all you had.
Yeah.
And then now we have oat milk and almond milk and, a bunch of other alternatives, raw milk that some people can act. Interestingly enough, some people that have lactose intolerancy can have raw milk.
Yeah. They actually, raw milk is probably the best for you.
Again, there's differing things in there too.
When it comes to if you're going to drink if you're going to drink the pasteurized milk versus raw milk would be better. But
again, it's amazing because I've looked at both and there's conflicting medical articles.
Yeah, I can see that.
On both sides, saying like, well, raw milk has its dangers.
Yes, and that's true.
Yeah,
that's
true.
You
have to be careful.
That is true. It's not like it's
less safe because it's not processed.
Right. So, but if you want the nutrients from it,
right.
I think the biggest problem is we're so used to having everything taken out of everything that our body isn't able to fight off the things that normally, if you grew up with that kind of food, that
like some of the bacteria that's in
you wouldn't have a problem with it. But now that we don't have anything in our gut to like fight that off, you're going to be affected by it.
Yeah. It's just it's so interesting. But going back to what I was saying before, like we try to blanket like all of and put out to the public all of these. This is healthy for all vegetables. These are health. Everyone should have vegetables. Yeah, but like maybe not just vegetables.
Right.
We kind of like, then we demonize certain foods like meat. Meat is like a demonized food, which is so weird because for me especially, it's one of the healthiest things that I could do.
Yeah.
Because it's the least acidic, it's the least harsh on my gut.
Right.
So when you're trying to repair your gut, if you've developed an autoimmune or some type of, allergy like that, and you're trying to repair your system and stuff, it's one of the best things that you could eat.
Yeah.
Especially red meat.
Yeah.
That
was interesting to me. Why is that again? Why is like poultry not?
I don't know. I don't think poultry is bad, but
does this have something to do with like inflammation or something?
I don't remember. I honestly don't know. So I'm not even gonna.
Yeah.
I could just BS it. Yes.
I'll have to look it up. I can't remember what it is either. I know that there was a reason why we were sticking with red meat, but I can't remember.
No, I mean, I'm literally just doing it because that's the medical articles that I've read.
Right.
That they recommended red meats.
Yeah.
I mean, it's high protein diet. So if you're going to go like, it sort of borders on the ketogenic diet, which already has very good health benefits in and of itself. But this is less of I'm not trying to get to ketosis all the time.
Yeah.
It's more about just the foods that I'm putting in aren't as damaging.
Yeah.
Our gut's made to take, whatever we kind of put against it. But if your gut is, if you have a leaky gut because of just the damage that you placed on it for many years, like me, and you're trying to repair that, you have to be careful about the foods that you're putting down there. And yeah. It's kind of a gross conversation now that I'm thinking about it.
This has been our mind for the past few weeks. So that's why we're talking about it.
Yeah, but like, let me get to the actual point that I've been getting at, and we keep getting off on these diet tangents, which are good stuff. But we don't take into account the fact that like each of us, like our lineage, like has been developing. And actually mutating like our genetics over the course of history that leads to the microbiomes and the bodies and the health that we have today.
Yeah.
Like we've had that conversation before about genetics and stuff. I mean, like we are a product of our history.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, and we're all different. We all had health struggles thousands of years before us.
Yeah.
And that's carried down through the line. It's gotten mixed in different, people groups and different food groups. And all of these things have developed into what our body needs today.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
And it's not easy. It's not easy, but it's so necessary for us to kind of be aware of that when we're deciding what to put in our bodies.
Yeah.
And I think there's a large portion of the population that at least thinks about diet, and not like dieting for weight loss, like just diet as in like what you're eating on a daily basis.
Yeah. I think if you're generally healthy, you only go so far because you only need to go so far. But yeah, I feel like you learn more as you get unhealthy or as you need to, then you.
Right. I never thought about health.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I always was on the thinner side. I didn't know it was because I had a genetic disorder, you know, but like, you know, I always was fine. So I just ate, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the greasiest, the most glutinous, all this type of stuff.
Nothing could make you gain weight.
No, it was a problem. It was a problem. Doesn't sound like a problem. It was a problem. But yeah, anyways, I'm kind of happy with some of the changes because, like, you know, on Monday, we're gonna do a well, today when the podcast is coming out, we're gonna do a sugar detox. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Sure, sugar detox. And so I'm gonna go without sugar for how long do I have to do it? You want me to go 3 weeks, right?
I do want you to go 3 weeks.
Yeah, she's like, oh my god.
You're gonna thank me later.
I know.
When you feel good.
It's fine. It's fine.
And I won't eat chocolate in front of you anymore.
I've already been like weaning myself off of sugar. I've been doing a fairly good job. The most that I have is a Sprite. And that's really it. I don't think I have sugar in.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Other than just like the things that naturally break down into sugar.
Yeah.
I think that's basically it. Maybe some of the chips.
Yeah, that they might have some chicken.
I hope they don't have chicken in there. That would be weird.
I literally almost said that.
You like go to stick your hand in and you're like, piece of chicken?
I don't know what made me think that. Yeah, I don't know. They might have sugar in them. I don't know why I said chicken. That's really funny. Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. It's late. But yeah. I'm happy to start this sugar detox, kind of see where that takes me. Like, I'm excited for the journey. I'm excited for the changes because I've never done it before.
Yeah.
And I just want to experience it, even though it might stink, you know, for a little while. I'm ready for a change. I'm ready for something new. I'm kind of like that in all areas of my life right now. I'm kind of interested in doing something new spiritually in my life. I'm interested in doing something new, you know, health-wise in my life. I'm interested in doing something new, you know, in our marriage, in our parenting. Like, I think sometimes we get so used to our lives and there's just so many things pulling at us that we don't realize that we can like take a step back and just revamp our lives.
Oh yeah.
Like we just start again.
Yeah.
And I think that's the trap that I know I've gotten into health-wise. I get into, you know, I'm really thinking about like my parenting right now. Like I just get into like, well, this is how I parent.
Yeah.
And like the kids haven't died so far. So I must be doing something fine.
Right.
Maybe not great, but it's fine. They're not dead.
Yeah.
And that is your number one job.
Right.
That is your number one job. People are like, you want to raise your kids up right. No, you don't want them to die.
They're healthy and they're happy and alive. Yeah.
I heard this one person talking about, they were like going to therapy and they were like talking about, you know, like the issues that they had with their parents and all of this type of stuff. And the therapist like turned and looked at them and they were like, you know, what was your parents' one job? And it was to keep you alive.
Yeah. They did that.
And then they just kind of shut up about it because they were just like, oh, so my parents did fine.
Yeah.
They did fine. I'm alive.
Does that person, well, I don't know. Did that person have kids?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That changes everything.
It does. You understand so much more about your parents. And you have so much more, not respect.
Grace.
But you have grace for your parents.
Yeah.
100%. When you have kids, you're like, oh. Oh.
Oh, so okay,
I get
so
it.
someone that I like a lot, that I know said this, and it wasn't about parenting, but I have applied it to parenting. They were like, "This doesn't come naturally to me." They're like, "This just isn't natural for me," and I was like, it was really nice to hear because it was about something else, but I was like, oh, like certain things don't have to come natural to me as a parent. Okay, because like you become a parent, and at least for me, I kind of assumed like I should be good at this.
Yeah.
Like I should be good at everything involving being a mom. And I'm not.
Because of that prior experience that you had.
Right. And I'm like, this is like parenting does not come naturally to me. I feel like it did when they were really little.
Mhm.
Like as exhausting as that is, I felt like pretty good with that. Like holding the baby, taking care of the baby. Yeah, you're tired, but like the baby doesn't talk back to you. The baby just cries and you're like, okay, I need to take care of it. But like once they get
It's so easy.
Yeah. Once they get older and they're just like, they can talk and they can do what you don't want them to do, it's a lot harder and it doesn't come naturally. But yeah, that was just something she said that I was like, oh, I like that. It's okay. It's okay for me to like learn and get better and not to be like know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that the other night. I was like talking with a group of guys, and one of the guys was just like, you just got to start. It's all about starting.
Yeah.
This whole you got to be perfect. This whole you got to have it all together before you launch whatever you're about to do is complete crap.
Yeah.
You will never be ready.
Right.
Once you actually start, even if you think you have it down or perfect or this is just going to be off the hook, whatever it is you're doing, and you go to do it, you will quickly understand that you did something wrong.
Yeah.
But you started.
Yeah.
And that's the victory.
Mm-hmm.
Just starting, because most people don't.
Yeah.
They don't start anything with their health, and then they sit and are sad for so many years that, you know, their health isn't changing.
Right.
You could apply that to any area of your life.
That's a good point.
But yeah, so sugar detox, new consistent diet for a while, which won't be that bad because we're basically trying to do that right now.
And we're all eventually it's gonna filter down. We're all gonna get healthier as a result.
Yeah, hopefully.
So that'll be good.
Hopefully. I've already gotten you off gluten.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much stay away from gluten on purpose now because whenever I eat it, I don't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Not like you, of course, because I don't have like I can eat it, but I just like feel not the best, and I'm like, I would prefer not to feel that way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would agree if they went away from it for a while.
Right.
Like you would feel the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then changing from coffee to tea. I thought that was going to be really difficult. I know you say you don't think you could do it.
I think
which is hilarious.
I think it's good for my body, honestly. I'm not just saying that because like I'm addicted to it or something. But I honestly think like I honestly think it is good for my gut because I don't feel okay. So maybe this is just how addicted I am, but I literally don't feel good when I go to like a hotel and have their coffee, like their watered down coffee. I don't feel good that day. Like even if I have more caffeine later, like it's not about, I don't think it's about the caffeine. I think it's about like good quality, strong coffee. I don't know. Maybe I'm just addicted, but I feel much better when I drink the coffee that I make for myself.
Yeah. No, it's interesting because like, yeah, like I said, I've not gotten over this sort of plateau of like feeling energy throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the goal. I want to be less exhausted and I want to have more energy to like do what I want to do throughout the day.
Yeah.
You know, I always just kind of feel either kind of just plateaued throughout the day, like no real big dips because I'm not eating a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
Which is, it's nice, but it's never like up there till I feel like, oh man, I can't wait to do something else.
Right.
I want to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Because like I used to have that sort of energy.
Yeah.
Like especially as a kid and even a teenager.
Yeah.
I kind of had this restless energy.
Yeah.
And like I want that to be able to accomplish the things I want to accomplish.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been interesting though in terms of like caffeine consumption, because like I used to probably drink like 3 to 4 cups of coffee
Mm-hmm.
a day, average. And with switching to tea, I generally have 2 cups of tea
Yeah.
a day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's interesting to me just because like, so I've tried a lot of different teas, Irish tea, English tea, the breakfast teas. And then I just started drinking chai tea, which is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a black tea.
Yeah.
It's just a spiced black tea. So it has less caffeine than coffee, but I drink
And you drink less
essentially
of it.
half
Yeah.
the amount of, on average, the amount of caffeine I'm taking in
Mhm.
as I was when I was drinking coffee.
Yeah.
It's just interesting. And like, I don't feel worse energy wise.
Yeah.
I feel about the same right now, like I said, but like, I don't feel worse.
That makes sense though, because also I don't know if it's because you stopped drinking coffee and so I started making a lot less, but like I only drink 2 cups now and I used to drink 3 to 4 as well.
Maybe just because it's there.
Because it's there.
Yeah.
And so I think I started drinking less only because the first couple days, like there just wasn't enough to drink more. And I was like, whatever. And then I felt fine, like almost better. And I was like, okay, so let's just try this. So I did, because after 2 cups, I felt good, like energy wise, but I always could drink more because as we know, I love
Tastes good.
I love coffee. But I was like, okay, I'm just going to stop here because I feel fine. And I noticed that when I drink that 3rd or 4th cup, I don't feel a difference until like a couple hours later. And then I feel really tired again. So I was like, well, maybe if I just control myself and not drink more,
Yeah.
then I won't have that dip. And I haven't, which is good.
Yeah.
But another interesting thing, I wonder if, so like I've found there's been like certain times in my life where like this isn't diet related, even though diet has a lot to do with energy levels, but like where you have something, like you have like a mission or a goal or something that really like, I don't know, like intrigues you that you're working on, that you like have to do. And like, I find that at those times, my like energy level is like a lot higher. And I think it's just because like my mind has like something that I'm really passionate about, that I'm working towards, and that like I have to work towards. And then I'm like on this higher, I can't speak tonight, higher level of like functioning.
Yeah. No, agreed.
But
Agreed. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you can replace for energy. And yeah, that usually comes in when doing things that you love.
yeah,
You don't really need any other. I mean, it's people say this all the time when they're like doing what they love. They're like, "Oh yeah, this replaced my drug use, or this
Yeah,
replaced
yeah.
my alcoholism, or this."
Mhm.
There's so many things that like your passions, your love for things can be that boost that you
Yeah.
need in your life, for sure.
Mhm.
For sure.
It's
It
just-
has to be good though to not be consuming as much caffeine.
oh yeah, I think
Like
so.
it has to be good for our sleep.
Mhm.
We have kids, so I still don't really feel too much of a difference there.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty consistent sleep wise, go to bed around the same time, wake up. I've actually been waking up before my alarm most days.
You've been doing so good.
Yeah. I mean, like nothing crazy. Like if my alarm's set for like 6:30, I'll wake up at like 6:15
Yeah,
or maybe a little earlier.
that's
But
still
like
pretty good.
yeah, but it's nice to not wake up to an alarm. Like, so having that consistent sleep schedule has been nice for that fact. Because
Yeah.
there's nothing worse than getting woken up by an
Yeah.
alarm.
Yeah.
Even a pretty alarm like I have.
It's
Yeah.
all awful.
Yeah, it's all awful. Yeah. For sure. Oh man.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's been like dominating our lives right now, is just this diet thing.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure all of that out, research it so that we have some clue of what we're doing.
It takes a lot of planning. It does.
It takes a lot of planning.
That's why we're thinking about it all the time. Not because we're obsessed about it. It's just like you have to like
No.
think through it to like actually do it.
No, that is not my passion. And it's not something that I'm in love with. So I don't have the energy to sit there and read articles and
Yeah.
forums all day. But to the best of our ability, yeah, try to plan out, okay, we should be looking for these types of foods at the grocery store. We should incorporate this into our life, take this out of our life. Yeah. So that it takes time. It takes discussions. It takes a lot of things like that. Little micro adjustments to our lives. What else has been going on though?
I feel like there's always a lot going on, but worth talking about.
I know. I haven't really I've kind of been out of the news. I don't really, all the kind of political pundits, I've just sort of stayed away from for a while, just to take a break.
Yeah.
I still see news articles and still see social media posts by people. So I still am informed of what's going on. There's nothing inspiring.
Yeah, that's true.
So, there's nothing, maybe somebody in the comments can correct me if I'm missing something that is happening in America right now that really should, politically, that should bring me hope.
Probably not.
I don't think there is.
Something that's interesting, I guess that, I don't know if we want to talk about this, but I was just thinking back recently of how last year around this time and a couple months back, was still COVID time where everything was shut down and you weren't going anywhere. And I know that was hard for a lot of people, but I feel like I loved that time, that taking everything out of my scheduled time. That was really nice for me. But anyway, so I've been the past few weeks, I've been taking it slow, taking everything slower. I don't even I go on Facebook even less now than I did before, which was really bad before, because I'm just I'm so tired of feeling rushed or stressed out.
Yeah.
And I'm just I'm just going to Facebook. I really don't actually need to be on it right now. So
just delete it.
I'm going to just put it to the side. The only reason I have it is to support certain people and to know birthdays.
That's true.
Sometimes.
That's true.
And to know certain things that I might need to know, and I can only find it on Facebook.
Yeah.
But otherwise I'm just you know what? I'm just going to take a step back from this, and
it's not needed.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
I'm just slowing down the pace of my life as much as I can, because I was I really felt a lot better when everything was slowed down.
Yeah.
And there was a lot more clarity and a lot more it was just very nice. Not saying that I'm cutting everything out of my schedule, but just that kind of not being rushed into everything and being able to just live my life again a little bit.
What I find from looking at people who are sort of kind of self-made, more independent people who have kind of blown up. I'm thinking of this one guy. He's this white rapper that I've seen on YouTube, and he's just blown up recently. Mm-hmm. His name's Tom McDonald. And he's a controversial person because he says truthful things, which makes it controversial somehow. And I'm not saying that to be political. He just makes statements that can be verified as factual statements, but they're things you're not supposed to say. Now, the rap game used to be that.
Yeah.
Used to be saying things that people went, "Oh my gosh, don't say that.
Yeah.
That's scary." It used to be dangerous.
Yeah.
But now it's the most milquetoast, just disgusting. It's all about sex. It's all about money. It's all about gold chains and look at my cars and, just nothing of, not that rap had things of value even in the early days or anything, but it's not telling a story.
Yeah.
It's not getting, because a lot of the people that got big, quote unquote, they were telling their story of their experiences in the hood. They were telling their stories of experiences, in gangs or, just in dangerous situations, and people kind of gravitated to the drama of their lives.
Yeah.
And that's gone.
Yeah.
It's all of these just Instagram and TikTok people that managed to get a lot of followers to go listen to their music, and the music has nothing of value.
Yeah.
It just has a good beat, maybe a good hook,
Mhm.
and that's it. You don't have the M&Ms anymore, so like there's no other white rapper that's doing anything of significant. So like this is like the only guy that exists right now that is sort of sitting in that sphere of still saying stuff that gets people thinking or gets people, mad or, just kind of, I don't know. Anyways, that was a plug for him. He has a new song out. It's number 1 on iTunes right now.
Oh, wow.
But the reason I'm bringing it up is because of his independence and like his ability to just generate all of his like content and advertisement, if you want to call it that, to promotion is a better word, to promote his new music himself.
Wow.
It's all him. It's all him posting on social media platforms. It's all him just getting the word out, getting some hype going behind a song.
Wow.
And having a track record of pissing a lot of people off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Making some people very happy and then pissing on a lot of other people off. And like, it's so cool to see because like, I look at how he does it and I'm just sort of analyzing that because he's a master at it.
Yeah.
And it's not like manipulation. Like I've seen him in interviews and things like that. And he has like a pretty good heart. He's actually like a really nice person.
That's cool.
You like watch his music and you like, because of what he's rapping about and maybe just some of he has like face tattoos and all over his body. Like he doesn't look like an approachable person.
Yeah.
Until you like interview him.
Yeah.
And he's like the nicest dude.
That's cool.
And like, it's just him and his girlfriend. His girlfriend's another artist.
Okay.
She shoots all of his music videos.
Oh, wow.
In their house.
Wow.
Like, it's so cool. But like, what I've noticed from studying kind of what he does and there's not like this devotion to social media or to any of these platforms. It's a devotion to making his content. And like, he's just mastered like how to say things, what kind of pictures to put out there, when to put it out there, how to put it out there. And like, he's not like married to like the comment sections and like trying to reply to everybody.
Yeah.
He just knows how to kind of play the game and get the hype.
That's what you
like,
need.
These social media things, like if you want to do something with them, like that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Just being on them and existing in that world, in that space as not a creator, like I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like it's too negative. That was a super long roundabout way of just being like, I want to be somebody that utilizes these things as tools.
Yeah.
To like get what I want out there.
Yeah.
But not be like dominated by any of these things.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to do it unless like this guy, he's just constantly putting out stuff. Like he just put out a song, like I think a couple weeks ago, and then he just came out with this one.
Wow.
And that song got onto the iTunes charts. Like I think it was like maybe got up to number 2 at one point. And then this one has been consistently for 4 days at number 1.
Wow.
Which is hard to do.
That's amazing.
And it's to the point, like, obviously YouTube doesn't really like him just because of their sort of political leanings. And he's not a conservative. Like, just to put that out there. Like, he's just saying things that he sees in his world. Like, he's from the hood.
Yeah.
He's like a white kid from the hood. And so he's lived this lifestyle, and he's just, as an independent artist, completely created
just putting up his thoughts.
Well, and he's completely built what he's made. And he loves America.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Because this is the only place where you have the freedom to come from nothing. Like he had nothing. He was like, I lived with cockroaches with my girlfriend in our apartment.
Yeah.
And we had nothing.
Yeah.
We're eating ramen noodles and thinking about, shooting music videos.
Yeah.
To try and, build something.
Yeah.
And now he's number 1 on iTunes.
Wow. That's a cool story.
So it's just he used everything around him as tools instead of these worlds that you have to exist in. You
Yeah.
don't. This
Yeah.
is the real world.
Yeah.
You know, be present here for your kids.
Yeah.
Be present here for your spouse.
Mhm.
Be present here for your neighbors and your
Mhm.
community. And like leave those worlds wherever they need to be. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of like a tool analogy. Like keep them in the shed, keep them in the basement,
Right.
and just bring them out when you need to put something out there.
Yeah.
When you need to push something and use them as tools.
Right. Right.
Like that's where I'm going with social media. Cause like it doesn't offer me anything.
Yeah.
Like I'm not connecting with friends.
Right. Like some people can connect with friends because I don't know that they can do that. But I feel like, yeah,
I'm not utilizing it like that.
we
Like,
mostly
I'm not
mostly
saying
meet with our friends like
in person.
in person.
Yeah.
And we'll contact them on the phone and be like, hey, when do you want to get together? Yeah.
That's the thing. Like for the most part, like I'll talk to my coworkers on the phone.
Yeah.
I'm not
Which is completely different than
Right.
Facebook.
right.
That's
I'm
still
not,
very different interaction than
yeah.
yeah.
I'm not interacting with them. Like I interact with a few people on social media, but it's mostly like I'll put up a story and they'll like comment on it and then I'll respond.
yeah.
And like that's the extent of the conversation.
Yeah.
But like I don't want to talk there.
Yeah.
Like I'll see you next Friday, or
Right.
like I'll talk to you tomorrow, or whatever it is. So yeah.
Yeah.
And yet another change that I kind of have been making lately and feeling good about.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really addicting though. On the very flip side, after saying all of that, it is like it's so crazy how good like the development of social media has been to like make it as soon as you open the app, you're like, "Broom," and you just start
Yeah.
scrolling. And you don't
Mhm.
even know why. Like
Yeah.
the first thing you saw maybe didn't even pique your interest. And you're like, maybe that's it. Maybe you're like, and you keep scrolling.
You just keep looking. Yeah.
What? Give me something.
Yeah. I'm not so much like that on Facebook, but I like Pinterest. I'll probably look on that more than I will Facebook.
Yeah. That's not really social media though.
No, that's just
It's just
and then
pictures.
and then after a while I get tired of that
Pinterest
too.
can be addictive too though.
No,
for
that's what
sure.
I'm saying. Like if
Yeah.
anything would be addictive, it would be Pinterest. Just because,
They do have the Instagram sort of quality.
Yeah.
It's cool to look at all the images and stuff.
Well, it's also cool because you're like, oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Right.
Which
You could do that on Instagram too. They
yeah,
have that.
I'm
Just
I
mixed-
do have an Instagram account, but that I barely go on. Maybe like once or twice
Yeah, I can't really. I don't
a
like.
year. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't like Facebook as much. It's like Facebook is cool in the fact that you can share more things
Mhm.
and more types of things, but like that also means that people get to share more things and more types of things,
Yeah.
which gets annoying
Yeah.
sometimes. Like this whole fact that like, everyone needs a voice.
Everyone does have a voice.
They do have a voice, and maybe it should just stay in their bodies. Because some people are kind of ridiculous.
But we can't say that. We can't say that.
What do you mean?
Because
You
then
can't say that?
they can say it to us.
That's fine. But like, if we just all kept it into our bodies, we could say it to each other and just be
Oh.
like, "That's a ridiculous statement that
Yeah.
you just said." But when people are just like sharing things, like
Right.
1,000 posts on Facebook daily, you're just like, "I'm just gonna let them go. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
just gonna let them be."
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's a lot we could say about Facebook.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm enjoying the slowing down, and not that I'm not doing as much, just I've decided I'm tired of being like stressed out of stupid things that I don't need to be stressed out about. So I'm just taking all of those things out, and I'm just going to do what I need to do today.
Yeah.
And that's that. And then tomorrow, and one day at a time.
Well, according to your your new watch.
My new
Your
watch.
new wa- Oh, and this should be out there since this is releasing on Monday. Today is Brittany's birthday, so make sure that
yeah.
you say happy birthday in the comments. Special day.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say her age.
Thank you.
Not gonna say her age because I'm a good husband.
Yes, I am super young. And
Not that young. Not too young.
not too young, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep telling myself that. But my husband got me this beautiful, awesome Apple Watch, and
Yeah.
I'm super happy.
How many steps? All right, so let's go over this. We'll end on this because I
Okay.
think this is a telling thing. So how many?
Oops.
Let me see some of your fitness
Okay. So,
stuff.
Here it is. I'm still getting used to using this. Okay, so I have had 10,142 steps
Cool.
and 22 flights of stairs and 4.87 miles just being in the house taking care of my children.
So anybody that wants to say that being a full-time mom is not a full-time job, it's a load of bull.
Yeah, so that's pretty darn good, I think.
Yeah, I think walking 4.8 miles is pretty good.
Right, in this house
Yeah.
and outside.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you were outside a lot
I
with
was
the kids
playing
today.
with the kids. Yeah, but we were just playing on the tree, so I
Yeah.
feel like there wasn't that many steps, but that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. And 22 flights of stairs, I mean,
That's pretty good. You're looking
Yeah.
great, babe.
thank you.
That exercise that you're doing. Now I can't be like, did you exercise today?
Well-
you can be like, well, actually.
The thing is though that now I feel like this is going to help me work out because like I didn't complete the circle, which doesn't make me happy because I complete my stuff.
Oh, is there like a
There's like a little circle and I completed all the standing for today, but like not the exercise. So I technically didn't like do
Oh.
like high intensity exercise for the 30 minutes I was supposed to do. They give me like 6 minutes out of 30.
Okay.
So I'm not real happy about that. So maybe I will need to start
Oh,
like
there you go.
maybe this will motivate me to exercise.
Maybe.
Yeah, and it says I only burned 445 calories. Come on now, that's not true.
Well, they weren't taking into account the temperature today outside.
Yes.
You definitely sweat out more calories. than
I'm like, after walking that much and like those many flights of stairs, I feel like I definitely burned more than that.
maybe.
So I think it's wrong there.
Maybe. I hope so. For your sake. So I'm with you in everything.
Good answer.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you on the next episode. Before you go, make sure that you like this, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do the stuff. Follow us if you're listening to this on an audio-only platform, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Love you all. Bye.